The Good Buddies Anime Podcast is hosted by two rowdy, foul-mouthed American cowboys. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, Good Buddies, what's up, and welcome into the Good Buddies Anime Show. I am your good buddy Roger,
And I am your good buddy Brandon.
Woo.
That was a hearty.
All right, everybody, I used all my energy there.
Oh no,
Yeah,
are you lightheaded?
yeah, man, I used my big
Man,
hearty
you went
energy.
a little too hard.
Yep.
Went a little too hardy.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh boy. Well,
Killer performance at the Royal Rumble, you know.
I hated it. I hated it.
I don't think
we don't need to
anybody
talk
liked
about
it.
this, but like fucking, I was on Twitter and Dustin, good old Gold Dust, he jumps
Yeah.
on there. Is like, I mean, this definitely ain't country, and I was like, yes, drag his ass. Anyway,
What do you mean you don't like liberal Kid Rock?
shut up. Like, so we're out here. That did bum me out. We're out here. We're talking about it. We're back. We took an extra week off. Sorry, everybody. Sorry,
Yeah, I had a
missed you.
kidney stone. I'm sorry, I did not know that was gonna happen.
Boy had a kidney stone. Weather's been real shitty. I've got a little bit of the goo in my throat, but I got me a hot tea.
That's where he likes to keep it.
And God, wow, and God bless the girl. Roger's wife gave me a beer as well, so I'm feeling it all around. It's a good time.
Feeling it now, Mr. Cramps.
I am feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. But we are here to, as we often do, we already talked about our tier list, what new shows we think are the best and the brightest and the worst and the baddest, I guess. But now we're here to talk about some sequel series that we are keeping up on. And real quick, I'm going to go on down this little list here. So there's a decent amount of sequel series that are currently out, including, but not limited to, according to Wikipedia, Bungo Stray Dogs, Love Live, Nijigachi, I'm not reading all that, a new Love Live series, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, By the Grace of the Gods, something called Showtime, with a big exclamation point. We got a new season of Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, and then a few that we'll actually talk about, but skipping over those. Tokyo Revengers is back with something called the Christmas Beatdown or something. I don't know. KJ File. Jesus, there's so many. In a season that was already stacked with new shows, there's so many sequels as well. But we do have a few that we want to actually talk. Oh, Fruit of Evolution. Jesus, that show. But we do have a few we want to actually talk about. A few that we've actually been watching. And I, of course, being the little overachiever that I am, have been watching a couple extras that Roger has not been watching.
Yeah, I watched an extra that I know you didn't watch.
Ooh, fun.
Because Netflix did drop a couple of things. Too.
Oh, did they do the next part of what you call?
Way of the House Husband.
Yeah,
I have not watched any of that yet.
Okay.
Actually, I watched something else. I've been watching something with my wife. So.
Ooh, all right. Well, let's hit a couple. Let's start with the ones that both of us haven't been watching. And if I may, I've got two. If you've got one, then we can sandwich this real nice. So I will start with Bofuri. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. That's right. It's another super OP little lady who's out here playing one of these VR games. It is not an isekai, but it's damn near an isekai. No one's trapped in this
But
game.
you did like that first season.
It's not bad. It's cute. It's a cute show, and it's, there's a decent amount of fun to be had. Homegirl, gets crazy overpowered. She maxes out her defense. She can't move for shit. 0 speed. Not really great attack, but she, of course, because she's got to be OP, unlocks some crazy abilities that let her have crazy high attack. Like, every now and then, she'll just turn into a big-ass alien Godzilla-looking motherfucker monster. And then she'll just wreck shop. She got something called Machine God that turns her into a mech girl, and she can fly around and shoot lasers. Why not? It's a goofy, fun time. It's one of those where you're definitely never gonna see her like in any real danger of losing or anything. But it's fun. She's got friends. She makes more friends. And every now and then it cuts to the developers of this game who are like, God damn it, this bitch keeps wrecking our shit. We gotta do something harder. And then they inevitably fail to stop her. It's a fun time. It's a cute show. It's the same as last season pretty much. But with, you can't really enjoy this one unless you watch the last one. So there you go. But with more. Yeah, it's a cute show. It's fine. Nothing worth breaking the bank over, but it's fine. Roger, what have you been watching that I have not been checking out?
I have been watching, it's called Junji Ito Maniac, Japanese Tales of the Macabre. And it is essentially a sequel to, or a continuation of the Junji Ito collection.
Yes. Haley actually told me, oh, that Junji Ito thing dropped. You want to watch it? And I was like, I really don't.
I mean, I think you get through it, dude. I get that there's a certain niche for people like if you enjoy Junji Ito's stories or not.
I suppose.
Nothing is gonna. I know you don't like spooky stuff. There is nothing here that is gonna leave you pants shittingly terrified.
I get that. My thing is, I already so I've read like a bunch of the big ones online. Uzumaki, Amagara Fault, you know, the big ones.
Stoked whenever Uzumaki finally releases.
Yeah, I'm super hyped for that. The little teaser they dropped looked really good. But like, I don't know. I don't really want to check out the B stories. I've seen a few of his B stories, and I was like, this is dumb.
Oh, it's not just B stories in here.
Okay. There's good stuff.
I mean, there is short stories in there, but I mean, short stories are kind of like Junji Ito's bread and butter. That's what most of his books are. Yes, there are actually generally some good stories in there. The first one has the whole intro part to Tomie, and I know this one has another Tomie story in it. But this one has like some of his earlier work, which if that fascinates you at all. Whenever I read a book he released called Deserter, I had to review it for the store, and I was excited to see some of the Deserter stories were on here, and essentially Deserter. The only bad thing was the actual story for Deserter was not on here, and that was the highlight of that book. But maybe with the current global climate and wars happening, maybe they felt like, you know, I know like Nintendo wouldn't put out Advanced Wars and stuff like that to try and be sensitive to sensitive to what's going on. Maybe that had something to do with the reason that the actual Deserter, the best story in that whole book is. But it's really cool. It's kind of him feeling his way out into being able to tell these stories. Like I said, it's his earliest works, and there are a few of them on there, and they're pretty good, man. There's some good stories on there. Now, I try to like the Suichi stuff, but it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. I don't get the humor. It falls short on me, and it's, you know, it doesn't have that, you know, that 2-sentence horror story spin to it that a lot of the shorts do. But overall, I mean, the animation quality on the Junji Ito collection, a lot of people kind of panned. They did not like it very much.
Yeah, I wasn't super into it.
However, I have since seen a lot of his colored drawings and stuff. And they use same palettes that he uses for his stuff. This one it's newer. It's a little bit better, but it's, you know, don't go in expecting Uzumaki that's all going to be black and white. Yeah. So, I'm enjoying it. Kat's enjoying it. We've just, you know, been peeking through one every now and then. Through lunch, I think we watched up to 5. So, Junji Ito, Maniac, Tales of the Macabre.
Maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, maybe Haley. If Haley wants to check it out, just plop a couple on.
Yeah, I'll pop a couple on.
You see Suichi, be like, hey, can we change this one? I'm gonna hate it.
Fuck a Suichi.
I don't know. Maybe you will like it. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to check it out.
With stupid little nails in his teeth.
Jesus. All right. One more from me that I know Roger isn't checking out. So this is one that I watched in previous years, and boy, it's so dumb, and I really ended up enjoying it to my utter surprise and shock. He's back, the Misfit of Demon King Academy. I gotta tell you, that first episode kind of sucks, because it's just a lot. It's everything about the show without the whimsy. It's like a bunch of setup, and they're like, yes, the elder god, bloody blah. It's like, who's bloody blah? This is the first time you mentioned bloody blah. You mean bloopity blue? Yes, bloopity blue. And I'm like, who the fuck is bloopity? I don't care about it. And then it starts getting into the fun stuff. The whole thing with this one is it is the absolute like fucking deviant art, super powerful, idiot OP character, but also it's a comedy. Like, it doesn't always seem like a comedy, but it's a comedy. This show that gave us such great lines is, did you think killing me would be enough to defeat me? Damn. Well, there you go. Yeah. I guess not. Real goofy ass shit like that. This one had one moment that really got me like that, which is where they had to take a big test, and all of his guys got perfect scores, and the rivals didn't pass. And the one rival guy's going through all the answers. He's like, what do you mean? This isn't even correct. And the teacher's like, well, I figured if you look at it from a different perspective, yeah, it could be correct. And homie, of course, drops his line. Did you think just because the answers were wrong, we wouldn't get perfect scores? Fuck me, dude. It's pretty funny. It's just so goddamn stupid. I do enjoy this show, but it is not for everyone. You gotta be willing to go into some very like pitch Vanta Black cringe turf in order to get the goofy funny shit. which is where the fun is. But every now and then, they just go on a big old tear where there's something about him fighting this guy and the elder god and the angels and the blah blah, and I start snoring, and then something funny happens. I'm like, all right, I'm back. So it's okay. Misfit of Demon King Academy, more of the same, but not bad. And with that, Roger, I think we're into the stuff that both of us been checking out.
Yeah.
I got 3 by my count. Does that seem right?
I think so. I think that's what I got too.
All right. Well, by all means, I'll let you take the head. What do you want to talk about first?
Let's start off. Let's start off a little lighter. Let's talk about Inspector.
Inspector,
which apparently was a show that not everybody enjoyed.
Yes, and may I say, not unlike Misfit of Demon King Academy, I felt like the first episode of this season was everything wrong with the show.
Yeah,
it was a ton of just.
It was a giant info dump.
Yes, huge info dump, just explaining some stuff. Nothing really all that interesting there. And then the next couple episode was everything I love about this show.
Yeah.
Which is where you have these people who are interacting with these weird spirits in like kind of a just slice of life, real regular way. And then something happens that they have to get their little detective, their goddess, to come in and figure out what happened. And I like it.
Yeah, man, it's pretty good. And the way the first one worked out was, we got a couple of short stories and some pretty fun. Actually, one of my favorites from the first season was similar to the first episode.
Okay.
It was the one where she's talking to the snake or whatever.
Yeah, the snake was really fun.
Yeah. It was awesome. I think that the characters that were interacting with her were not as entertaining as the snake.
No, but one of them did look like an axolotl, and he was wearing a shirt that I think just said "Whoop" on it, and I was like, "Whooper."
Yeah,
hey,
and they did try they questioned back and forth. It was still a fun enough episode.
It was cute enough, but it was one of the problem is not that like it's just an info.
It was
the problem
just twist after twist too.
Yes, the problem is that like I'm gonna tell you what happened, but I am lying to you the whole time. And instead of showing you all this cool stuff, I'm just gonna tell it to you. Yep. And it's one of those where it's very tell don't show, but then after that it gets into like the actual stories and whatnot, the monster of the week kind of things.
Yeah, ultimately she was just she lied and they got everything cleared up, but she did it all so she could get an apartment for cheap so they can bonk in it.
Yeah. Got to get that bonk.
Yeah, and she does still have some of that good humor. I like this show, man.
Yeah, I do enjoy it.
Iwaga or whatever her name is.
Particularly those next couple episodes. I don't know how far in you are.
I'm on the second episode.
Okay, I won't spoil anything, but there is a bit where basically, I'll drop this line, which I don't think is a huge spoiler. She tells some people, hey, it's cool, but use condoms, which is very fucking funny. But yeah, I like Inspector.
Yeah.
I know it's definitely not one for everybody. It is not the kind of thing any old body could get into, but it is a lot of fun if you're willing to sit there and enjoy story.
Yep. I like it. I kind of like the supernatural aspect of it too.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So yeah, pretty fun.
What's next, baby? I'll let you take it.
Let's talk about. It's hard to pick between these two.
Is it now?
Yeah.
I mean, so you said let's go lighthearted. Do you want to get a little serious?
Okay, let's get serious, dude.
Okay, let's get serious.
Let's talk about Vinland Saga, baby.
Oh, baby.
Also,
Fucking
kind
Vinland
of.
Saga.
I'll be honest with you, dude. The first episode was slightly weak to me.
Yeah. Well, so this is the thing. Is like it reminds me a lot of the way the first season started, where it is slow fucking burn, and yet the end of each of these episodes gives you just
it does. By the second episode it's getting good.
How far are you into this one?
I haven't watched the third episode yet.
Okay.
I've only watched the first two.
I'm all the way caught up. I believe it's up to 4. And I managed to get all the way caught up yesterday.
Kat and I checked out the dub so I was eating or whatever.
Fun. Yeah,
it's okay. I can't wait to switch back to Japanese though, because they say Thorfinn and not Torfinn.
Oh, they say Torfinn in the dub?
In the sub, dude, whenever, like, in the original audio, they don't pronounce the H. They say Torfinn.
Right. Torfinn.
Yeah, Torfinn.
Yeah. I'm into it. So
it doesn't feel right, dude.
Here's the thing about Vinland Saga. If you watch that first season, you know it starts slow burn. And the show overall is going to be pretty slow burn. The nice way to say it, and I think the correct way to say it, is that this show is very deliberately paced. It is not going to rush anything that doesn't need to be rushed. It is going to give you everything you need to see and maybe a little more, and maybe it'll take an extra minute or two to get where you think it's going, but once it gets there, it's still going to work. And That first season started out kind of slow, you know, from the intro and outro. We know where we're going to end up, but it takes us 6 episodes to even start getting there.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
But this one, same thing, man. It's moving slow, but it works. It fucking works. Particularly like that second, third, fourth episode. Baby, shit starts getting wild. It's a good time.
I'm pretty sure it's about the kick up. The last episode felt like, the second episode felt like it was, kick up. The second episode felt like it was starting to set things up.
You're definitely going to see some stuff. 3 and 4 really fucking started the wheels turning for me. Mm-hmm. Seeing like the little bit of development we're getting already with these characters, Thorfinn in particular. But it's still very deliberate. Mm-hmm. It's still pacing. But yeah, I really don't want to spoil anything, particularly since you haven't gone past episode 2 yet. But man, oh man, it's back. I'm enjoying it. It does deal heavily with some real world stuff. And this is the thing where, like, again, I'm not excusing the fact that there's slavery involved in this show, because that's a historical thing. And it's a historical show. This
show is more of a period piece.
Yeah. But like, what I'm saying is, do we have to throw that in the isekais? Come on, guys. This is a whole different world. We can not do that if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But here we are. But yeah, it's man, the bits where it gets going, it does get going, mm-hmm. but it is not. The rocket has yet to launch. I will say that 4 episodes in, but it's burning. Ooh, it's burning like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you can see the fuse going down. Dog. Yeah,
it's a good time. I am enjoying Vinland Saga, but again, there's no other way to say it. It is very slowly paced, and it is very deliberate in what it's doing. But I think it's going to work out a lot, because that fucking last season did like a motherfucker. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Season 1 was so good.
Whenever I went into the first episode, I was like,
who's this guy?
Yeah. It was that guy in the family. I was like, is that his family that he left back home?
Were you doing fucking like Metal Gear Solid 2? You were like, where's Snake?
Yeah, I was. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Who are these people? Is this his home village back? It wasn't. But it maybe I was like, I should have watched the first season over again.
Yeah, maybe. But no, the end of the first season, the very end, you got like flashes of other characters and what was coming.
Yeah.
And so this is one of those people that we start with, who pretty quickly, not a big spoiler, pretty quickly runs across Thorfinn, and here we are.
Yeah.
We're moving.
He does have a very long crying scene in the first episode. It is long and it is loud.
It hurts.
Woo.
Homie's been through some shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, as have we all, but damn. Vinland Saga.
I thought the direction of the scene went just a little long.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know how many wails they needed to have him do, but at least the English voice actor was putting in that work.
Maybe I should check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vinland Saga, it's a good time.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it a lot. And with that, I think we have one more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh baby!
Oh my god! And this one I am. Oh no, I have one more. I'm not totally current. You're
one not all the way caught up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's get. Okay.
The last episode we're talking about the Vampire Dies in No Time.
Vampire Dies in No Time, season 2. It's back, baby. It's back.
It sure is back.
It's so fucking funny.
The last episode that I saw was. It's with the girl that wants to take over for the publisher. Yes.
Okay.
That's the last episode that I saw.
Now, okay. So I think
there is one more episode.
There's another one that I believe is like, I'm caught up. I'm all the way caught up on. So there's a moment in this next episode. I will not spoil anything, but it did remind me. I know you're going to see it and it's going to make you laugh real hard. And it reminded me a lot of one of our mutual favorite moments from Skullface bookseller Honda-san.
Oh, okay.
Which is very fucking funny. But yes, Vampire Dies in No Time is back. Fucking Draluk is still turning in sand. Old fucking what's his name?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's out here, doing his best and trying to write his fucking books. And goddamn John is still adorable.
Yeah,
he's fucking spinning it up. He's spinning it up in the intro.
And I do like that intro. I like the little hand shuffle. Yeah,
one of these. Yeah,
it's another good number from them. Also, we forgot to mention the Vinland Saga opening and outros are pretty good.
Very good. Yes,
they're not as hard as the other ones were, but
Shit.
But they reminded me similar to like Binary Star. Like I got that feeling from it.
Now, is it just because they're in English?
Maybe. And
Mostly.
Is it because there's a lady singing? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were really
They're very good. They're both very good.
But the intro and outro to Vampire Dies in No Time, on par with the original show.
Yes.
Still very good.
Very fucking
But the
good.
show is great, man. It's hilarious.
You about busted a fucking gut when they were playing fucking Pictionary or whatever.
Oh yeah. Whenever Ed John tried to do the stupid face. Oh my god, yeah, Cat was dying, dude.
Dog, that show has a direct line to my funny bone.
Yeah, it really does. It's just the right amount of stupid, dumb humor.
Yes.
With actually like an entire cast of likable idiots.
Yes. And they're all so fucking stupid.
Yeah. And they're all, and the best part is they're all stupid together.
Yes. That's what's great about it. It's okay to be dumb.
Yeah, we still haven't seen Grandpa yet, but I can't fucking wait.
Oh.
He's in the intro doing the shuffle too.
Yeah, man, he's in there. He shows up at the very beginning when they're doing like the head wave thing. Oh man, it's gonna be a good time. Yeah, I'm really hyped about Vampire Dies in No Time. One of the funniest shows we've both watched in a while.
It's
up there with the Sobia Sobase.
Yeah.
It's up there with a few different like really fucking classic funny bullshits.
My biggest problem with this one is I feel like I recommend it a lot to people and they don't watch it.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, that is fair. And I don't know what it is. Like I'm describing to you the most funniest shit. My profile picture has been set as an armadillo for 2 years.
This fucking guy. It's really
I got
funny.
the Nindroid. Brandon got a Nindroid.
I did get the Nindroid. I also I forgot to send you a picture of this one. My little Boji came in.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Had to order that shit from Japan.
Yeah. Did you open your Nindroids?
I've not opened them. I did get the Boji and it comes with Kage, and I was a little pissed off because it was supposed to come and it was like, hey, we're gonna need signatures. I was like, cool. So Dad was gonna be there. Dad's there all day. He said he'll sign for it. I get a message saying, hey, we tried to deliver your shit and it never showed up. I'm like, bullshit. What the fuck? I get home. They're like, nah, I was sitting here all day, man. Nobody came. I look at the fucking security cameras. Them motherfuckers never even drove past my house. They just lied to me.
Yeah.
Goddamn DHL. Never delivered my shit.
Oh, dude, DHL is the fucking worst,
And then
man.
I had to reschedule it and they just dropped it off the next day. And I was like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's who did our appliance deliveries, and they're bad, dude.
Now, Haley's job uses DHL for their stuff, and they're friends with the DHL guys. Like, hey, how's it going? Name. And like, he seems cool. Motherfucker couldn't get my shit.
He might be cool. His company sucks ass.
Yeah.
Sorry if any of the good buddies work for DHL.
And if you do,
maybe look into UPS. They get my shit here on time.
Hey man, it's whatever. We're all living. It's fine.
I think
I'm
DHL
sure they
is
have
more of
some stuff going on.
More of a big delivery company too.
Didn't even see their fucking van drive by my house. I'm like, you lying, but I got secure. I got you not on tape. Anyway, we were talking about Vampire Dies in No Time. It's fucking funny and it's cute as shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't recommend that people should check out this shit enough. And the best thing about Vampire Dies in No Time is you can practically start anywhere. You should start at the first episode.
You should.
But it's so dumb that it doesn't even really matter where you start.
It's just a goofy, dumb time, and yet it does one of those things I love with these kind of goofy, dumb shows where they don't always actually, like, stuff that happens keeps mattering, but like characters come back, stuff that happened previously comes back.
They'll randomly plant like little seeds of continuity and then dust it off later.
Absolutely. And it
even
works.
For the smallest of jokes.
It just fucking works.
And he has a little celery eyeball in the closet or whatever, and the guy was celery.
Yeah, that fucking thing kept trying to give him tea and cookies and shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? God damn it, that show's so fucking good.
Celery.
It's so fucking good. But yes, Vampire Dies in No Time is absolutely fucking hilarious. And of course, we gotta say, like, there is some, like, it is a goofy ass comedy and it will have some slightly questionable stuff. There is a guy who's a vampire who hypnotizes you into playing strip rock paper scissors with him.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see, like,
but
some
he's got that
nudity
tag
and
team with the guy that put you in the micro bikini.
Yes. There's a micro bikini guy. There is a character who is ostensibly a good guy. It's a hunter, a vampire hunter, but also is like a little bit of a weird stereotype. It's like clearly an effeminate gay dude who's like super buff though and wears like dominatrix gear and wants to whip you into shape. If you know what I'm saying.
They added another one, but there are now two girls in there that are sisters that are like dangerously on the verge of fat shaming somebody.
Yeah.
But they've yet to even cross that line.
Mostly they hey, they party like I do, which is they eat and they drink and they have a good time. And I'm relatable.
One of the characters, one of the bigger girls actually ended up with a character I think people were considering handsome in the show. So
yeah, it's a cute show.
Yeah, it's good, dude.
It has those moments, but
yeah, they have the moments there, but they never really throw the hammer down on being outright, like, okay.
I've yet to see anything that's like super duper offensive, and yet I know that like I'm not everybody.
Yeah.
So obviously there are lines that may or may not be crossed. It's a goofy show, and I mean obviously as I'm not a part
dudes in the bras and the panties.
Yes, obviously as I'm not a direct part of any of these different groups, it doesn't always affect me. But your mileage may vary, as with anything.
Sure.
But pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Mm-hmm. Hey, there you go. We got through the sequels. We'll do a brief ramble, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a little ramble. And so we're moving on to it because we don't actually have a cut anymore, and I forgot about that for a second. Roger, I have a question that burns within my very soul. Now that we are, done with
the ramble.
Part, now that we are in the ramble. What have you been watching? Anything else? Have you watched anything else?
Nope.
You haven't caught up on Trigun?
Nope. I only watched sequel seasons, and then I have been watching The Last of Us, which I recommended to you. I don't know if you ever checked it out or not.
We did end up checking it out.
That third episode is real good.
Episode 3 was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
It was. I said this before, and this is a minor spoiler, I guess, but so previously when we talked about...
there's too much good shit out right now, dude.
There's a lot of good stuff out right now. So previously we talked about Megalobox, which is a retelling of Ashita no Joe, which famously is a manga and anime where the main character dies in the ring at the end of the thing. Mm-hmm. And spoiler alert for Megalobox, that doesn't happen to Joe in this one. He does not die at the end of this one. And I referenced a poem that I had read when we talked about that show, and I will reference it again here with a minor possible spoiler warning. Not to recite the whole thing or anything, but it's a wonderful poem that I should probably have the person who wrote it here, but I do not. Poems for Persephone on Tumblr is their Tumblr. But it basically says, if you could retell this story, if you could tell that tale again, that tragic thing, wouldn't you want it to be nicer? Wouldn't you want to give those tragic characters love where you could? Mm-hmm. And that's exactly how I felt watching that third episode of Last of Us, the TV show. Yep. It was so fucking good.
I'm glad that you're watching it, dude.
Perfect.
Dude, they did such a good job, right?
Legitimately, I'm like, it's one of those where like, this is disaster porn and it's gonna hurt me and I don't really want to keep watching it, honestly.
Well, you played Last of Us, and I think...
Yeah, and I got all the way through 2 and you didn't.
I mean, Neil Druckmann, I actually have considered going back and finish it. Neil Druckmann did say that, pretty much like the show is, is also, on par with the game.
Let me tell you real quick, Neil Druckmann kind of a giant asshole, fuck him. But the show's
I don't know. I don't know anything about Neil Druckmann, really.
He's fucking up. Point is, the show's good.
Yes, the show's really good, and for whatever, you could take his vision for whatever on the games and stuff like that. What I'm trying to say is he's gonna, it starts at the same place, even though they didn't mess with the time or whatever, but it starts the same and it's going to end,
Yeah. There are absolutely bits in there that I'm like, this is literally shot for shot, like a scene from the game. Like, exactly, which is fine. The thing is, like, my whole thing, as soon as they announced it, was the game's already a movie. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't need to watch
it. Revolutionized storytelling in video games.
Okay. But it is decently shot. Pedro Pascal and, I don't remember her name. God damn it. Let me look it up.
Ellie.
That
other Game of Thrones girl.
Yes, the one she was also in Game of Thrones. She's very good in this fucking show. Like, people were talking shit about her fucking casting, and I'm like, y'all are tripping.
I don't even look at what people are saying online because I know this is shit.
Bella Ramsey.
I know
Pedro
this shit
Pascal
is perfect.
and Bella Ramsey are doing fucking phenomenal work on this goddamn show. And I will say that, like, the beginning part, Pedro felt a little too stiff. Once he was like into, hey, here now it's the apocalypse and you're dealing with it, it's like he's nailing it perfectly.
Yeah. I've liked it pretty much all the way through, but you talked about, well, it's a video game, the video game's already practically a movie, but this does open it up to a world of other people to be able to.
True.
Now, granted, I was talking to Olivia about this, and there is a major point early on in the second game where something happens, and typically when something like this happens in TV, a TV show, people fall off in droves.
Yeah.
Because you bond differently to TV characters than you do in a video game.
I get it.
Where you're role-playing through the video game, you're wanting to protect these people because it, by extension, is you. In a TV show, you're bonding to these people like they're your friends, and it just kind of, or you bond to them like it's somebody that you care about,
right?
And then you have the option to like, well, I didn't pay $60 goddamn for this, so
right.
So we'll have to see how that goes,
I guess,
because they're gonna have to be or otherwise, I'm telling you, dude, people are gonna fucking dump off of that, especially if it happens early.
Yeah, I suppose we'll see, but I'm also like curious as to like what exactly they'll do differently here, because we've already seen some differences, obviously, but the major plot points have been the same so far. I guess we'll find out. We'll see exactly where it all goes, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, and to be clear, the problem with me, why I only got halfway through the game, was not that at all. And I know that people complained about the second game for a lot of reasons. Some of them were dumber than others, and I get it, man. If that happens, I can't say too much, but I get it. I at least get that part. Now, the bashing of somebody's body and what they thought they should look like, or the leaking of the script and dumping all over it without playing it, that shit was dumb. But I get the complaint on the end of that major sequence that happens.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it happens in a TV show. I am curious. But overall, I mean, the like the prosthetics and stuff like that. Whew, the creatures look great in this show.
Yeah,
I do like the little mushroom boys.
You like the little tendrils?
Yeah,
they're interesting. Yeah, the end of episode 2 was like a little goofy for me.
They also
I get it, but I also was like, okay.
Yeah, they also
there's no spores.
So the tendrils the tendrils are not in the game, but
right, they're replacing the spores.
Yeah, they're replacing the spores.
They make a joke about there not being spores. She's like, so there's no like big ones that'll shoot spores at you? God, I hope not.
Yeah.
It's pretty goofy. But yeah, the show is, it's creepy. It is gut wrenching.
They capture a whole lot of the game in the show.
It's working. It's working. So there you go. Last of Us TV series on the Hebo.
Yep.
Pretty good time.
And then aside from that, I will watch a dumb movie that we won't talk about. Also, we did.
No, what? Come on.
I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a documentary, like a missing persons documentary.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't a real one, So at the end, there was a mutant that killed the guy. Like, okay, well, this is
like out of nowhere.
I figured it out early on. I was like, okay, this isn't a real documentary.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, but it was what it was. Over the course of everything, I did finally watch the final Clerks movie. I don't know if you ever watched any of those or not, but my God, that movie is fucking depressing, dude.
Yeah, the new one?
Yes. Yeah, it is like, it is a fucking bummer. And it had me thinking about my health a whole lot, because, obviously, Kevin Smith had a heart attack.
Yeah, and then he like, okay, no more meat. He's like going. I don't know if he went full vegan.
I don't know what he did to change his health,
diet.
but that heart attack, obviously, and it makes sense, had a big impact on him.
Yeah,
and,
obviously.
Heart attacks played a lot into the new Clerks movie.
Yikes. Okay, I don't want to see it.
Yeah,
I did watch the first couple, but
yeah. And and part of it too is that he was a pretty young guy, and these guys are relatively young in the show. And he puts a lot of his feeling, like there is some real drama in that show. Actually, there are more sad things than that. That fucking movie is a bummer, dude.
Okay,
I can't describe it any other way. It was good, but goddamn, dude,
just kind of bummed you out real hard.
Yeah, it did. And then and that's the end. It ends on a bummer.
Well, there you go.
But of course,
Does fucking Jay die or what? Don't spoil it.
Yeah, obviously. I won't spoil it in case you watch it.
Tell me later.
I'll tell you later. But yeah, I'm like thinking about it, and I'm starting to get like this pain in my side.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But I just kind of shrug it off, and I go to work the next day, And I remember I was like, has anybody watched Clerks 3?
Jesus Christ.
And one of the guys had, so I was talking to him about it. But that Saturday I was working through the day, and it got to roll to around I don't know, earlier in the day and throughout the day. I was like, this is weird, man. I'm having these very small pees. Like, I feel like I have a lot of piss in me. But I'm only doing, peeing for like 3 or 4 seconds, and I'm like, okay. But I'm a frequent peer, so that actually wasn't that striking to me. I did notice it, but it was easy to wave off. What wasn't easy to wave off was, as the day started to progress, I started growing this pain even worse in my side.
Jesus, Roger.
It was getting worse and worse and worse, and I have a very, very high pain threshold.
Yeah.
I can handle a whole lot, especially since I suffered through those migraines for so goddamn long in my life. I can handle a whole lot of pain. And I was like, wow, this pain is starting to get scary. It's getting unbearable, and I'm not used to something like that. But I tried to keep my straight face on, so I didn't alarm anybody. And I got to a point I was like, I have to go home. There is something wrong with me. And Brent was, my boss was talking across the floor, and normally I would like to let him know, but I was like, I can't wait. So I just told a couple of my coworkers, and I walk to my car. I get to my car door, I open it, and I'm like, I can't drive. This is a horrible idea. I can't drive. So Jesus. I walk back into Brent's office, and by that time I am like trying to keep my breath pace and keeping breath under me, because my whole body is like crumbling over. It hurts so goddamn bad.
Roger.
And I call Kat, and like trying to stay calm and not make her panic, but the way that I was breathing was making her panic anyway. And I was like, I need to go to the doctor right now. Can you please pick me up and take me? And of course she was available, and she hauled ass over there. Brent by that time had found me and was like just trying to talk and like keep me calm and maybe himself calm a little bit, because I think it was a stressful situation for people to see me like clearly, like
in distress.
Immediately, everybody, Brent was off to the side trying to Google what it could be, and he was like, diverticulitis.
Jesus Christ. You don't eat meat.
Yeah. But Kat gets me to this place, and I am bent over in pain, and I'm trying my hardest. I'm bulleting sweat down my face, and I'm trying my hardest to stay calm and not be rude or anything like that, but I'm in so much pain. And I don't know that I actually was rude or anything. Hopefully I was not. But we get into the place. Kat fills out most of the stuff for me. They get me back there, and they tell me the first thing I need to do is piss in this cup. And wouldn't you know, I pissed that kidney stone out right in that fucking cup, dude.
You went, okay.
Yeah.
I watch the little old lady said, "Oh, honey,
I'll watch it sink down.
You got a bit of a stone in you."
They gave me privacy to do that.
Jesus
but
Christ.
I watched it sink down like a little sinister Alka-Seltzer, dude. I was like,
just
what the
bubbling and shit.
Fuck is that? Yeah, dude. And then they take the sample, and the doctor finally comes in.
I have to ask this: Did you instantly feel better?
There was relief. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the
not like all the way good, but better.
Not all the way good. No, I was dropping a hot piss right there, and it was full flow. Okay,
Jesus
I was
Christ.
dropping the piss full flow, and that felt nice. What didn't feel nice was that cup was filling up real fast.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't want to like cut it off. I was like, I gotta keep peeing.
You can't cut it off.
Oh, I cut it off. I stopped peeing,
Okay.
and then tried to take it to the toilet, and I was like, okay, well, the pee
Surely
is
you
gone.
were standing over the toilet. You pee over the toilet.
No, I
into
was
the
not
cup.
peeing over the toilet.
You were over by the sink, like doubled over.
I was peeing by where they gave me the cup.
You idiot.
Because there was a little desk right
you
there.
You just kind of with
There
your
was-
pants
there
around
was-
your ankles like a little baby boy.
No, my pants were not around my ankles. Maybe they were. I don't know. I don't remember a whole lot. But there was a little table right there, and I wanted to set the piss on the table.
Jesus Christ. And you spilled the piss.
No, I did not spill the piss. But I did set it down. I cut my pee off. I set it down, and I mean, it was a photo finish, dude. We were at the line there, and
Jesus Christ.
then I made myself go to the toilet, and I was like, I don't gotta pee anymore. Son of a bitch.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
Yeah, so I dropped that hot piss, and then I went, and the doctor came in, and he was like asking me questions about my health, and then you know exactly what it is at the point where he's like, "Have you ever had a kidney stone before?"
Nope.
I was like, "No, sir, I have not, but I think I might have seen one." And he was like, "Yeah, you definitely passed a kidney stone."
Jesus.
And the paper they gave me, the test that they run or whatever, and it said amount of blood and urine large.
Did you feel it coming out?
No, I did not.
That's crazy.
I think the pain that was causing was it.
Yeah.
I think that was it coming down, tearing
coming
up,
on down the tube.
Yeah, tearing up the tube as it went.
Jesus.
I think and you get to the PP, and there's a lot of nerves over there. So once you get down there, it's sending jolts through my whole system or whatever as it gets lower. So yes, I do feel it. Now as it passes, no, I did not feel that part.
Okay. Christ, that's horrifying.
Yeah, dude, it sucks. I do not recommend it.
Yeah, if you can avoid having a kidney stone, do your best.
I don't want to say this, but I've had several women say this now. Most of them were older, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I've passed kidney stones. They hurt as bad as giving birth."
Jesus Christ.
And that was the most severe, intense pain in my life. So,
well, now you're ready. Let's have a baby.
I would like to say that I know the miracle of parenthood and motherhood. Okay?
And they didn't even let you keep your baby.
They didn't even let me. I didn't ask so either, so that might be on me.
Nah, hell no. That comes out of me. That's part of me, goddammit.
Granted, they had already put me on those drugs.
Could have been my ass.
I was on some very heavy sedatives and painkillers at that moment.
Fucking Haley trying to wheel me out of there, and I'm like, give me my baby.
My stone. Yeah, so I had some pretty strong medicine coursing through my system at that point.
Boy.
And this is what led to me not watching much anime. This is why we're kind of a week later.
Yeah.
Because I was on Tramadol, which is
put you out, baby.
Yeah, it is a narcotic. It is it's an opiate. So no. I was doing those opiates.
He was on the opioids.
Make you feel great. I know why people do them, but you pass right the fuck out with them.
Woo, Jesus.
But they do curb a lot of that pain. And
I wonder if it's one of those where if you can force yourself to stay awake, you get like crazy high.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
I didn't tempt it. Oh, actually, after a while I got a little more easy to do it, so I took some at work.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, because
just had a nice calm going.
I came in that next Tuesday after all that for work, and I was like, I'm not gonna take my thing because it makes me sleepy, and I felt like shit all day. All my guts hurt still.
Oh, buddy.
So that the Tramadol really was helping. So on that Wednesday, I did take my medication, but I drank highly caffeinated coffee.
Oh, Jesus.
I had me some of that Mothman's Red Eye Blend, dude.
Hell yeah.
The eyes. The bridge.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep, that's my story though.
Well, so are you out of the Tramadol now? Is it gone?
No, I saved 2.
You saved 2 for a rainy day.
I saved 2 for a day that I am at home.
Okay.
And I have a migraine. Okay. Because I had a migraine one of those days, and that Tramadol really fucking made it manageable.
Hell yeah. Gotta give me some of that.
Yep.
Except I don't, because that's an opioid.
Yeah, it made my head hurt less, and it made me sleep through the rest of pretty much the headache.
Good Lord.
So I was like, well, if I'm ever, stuck at home, like on a day off, and I don't want it to give my whole day off, I could take one of these Tramadol, kill that headache, take me a nap, I'll be good to go for the rest of the day. So
hell yeah, dude.
I did save.
But no more pain, you're good to go?
No more pain. I am good to go. Right. I did get one medication that I did not take, the Flow Max. Because they were like, it's supposed to open up your.
Sounds like a rapper.
Yeah, it's supposed to open up your soft tissue, like your
pee-pee,
your veins and stuff like that.
Go?
And your pee-pee, dude. Yeah, it makes your pee-pee big. I don't know that it actually makes your pee-pee big. If it did, I would have taken it. But what I was reading was some side effects of it is that you might just start jizzing everywhere. Or this one,
unintended emissions.
And me and Olivia are reading this together, and I'm like, oh my God. And there's one that essentially says that you jizz, but it doesn't come out. It goes inside of you.
Oh, the old blue balls.
Oh, no, I don't know if I think it just goes back up into the pipe.
Yeah, that's part of it.
I don't know what the fuck is going on there. But, nobody jizzes in me, not even me, okay? I was looking at Olivia. I was like, this medication is gonna make me gay.
Boy, Jesus Christ, Roger! How dare you? Roger be up there at work. Somebody's like, "Hey man, can I get these comic books?" Yes. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, well, even the doctor was like, he was like, only use this. He was like, only use this if you need it, and be sure you only use it before bed.
Fucking hell. That way they're all nocturnal emissions. There you go.
Yeah.
Christ almighty, Roger.
Well, it does have a side effect of like, you know, like getting lightheaded and fainting too.
Yeah, okay.
So I was like, I don't
yeah,
think
good
I
nut'll
need
do
this.
that to you.
Yeah. I guess fucking so, dude.
Fuck
you
me.
just fucking nut and fall.
How the hell do I follow that, Roger?
I don't know, baby, but I got those in there if you want to take one out.
No, I'm good.
I did get some anti-nausea medicine too, and I didn't use a whole lot of that. So I have some good anti-nausea.
Fuck me, dude. Holy shit.
But that's what I've been watching, baby. What you been watching?
Fucking anime. Fuck you. I can't talk about anime now. Okay, I'll try. Let's see. Let me just go down the fucking tier list. Fuck me, dude. Trigun Stampede, caught up on it.
Fuck
pretty fucking
me
good.
Running.
Pretty fucking good. Trigun Stampede, caught up on that. I'm up to I am not caught up on Unite Up, the idle anime. It's okay. Campfire Cooking in Another World, caught up on that one. Very fucking funny. Still into it. It's actually doing a little bit of character development, and it's got a bunch of other characters in the intro that we're finally gonna get introduced. I don't even want to talk about these anymore. You boys over here talking about medicine that makes you come. Like what the fuck? Magical Revolution,
baby.
Of the what was it?
Anybody
Princess or something.
I wonder
like
if it's what they take for those massive loads.
to get the massive loads.
Yeah, to get those big loads.
Jesus Christ, Roger, how do you live? Oh, Jesus.
Relatively more comfortable now that kidney stone is gone.
I'm so happy for you, though. I'm so fucking happy for you. Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady. Still into this one. That's two whole isekais that I'm still keeping up on. Man, they're both pretty fucking good. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Still watching that one. I'm still into Buddy's Daddies. I have not caught up on it. There's a few other ones I've just full on dropped. Yeah, even some of them in the cliffhangers, like Technoroid Overmind stuff. I think I got through episode 3 of that one, and I was like, I think I'm good. But yeah, it's mostly the same shit. Jesus Christ, Roger.
Sorry, buddy.
Mostly watching the same stuff.
It was a good segue.
Yeah, okay. Fuck me, dude. Oh, me and Haley just watched the new Black Panther. It's on Disney. It's all right.
That's why I've seen so many people posting about it. I was like, damn, I thought this movie been out for a while.
It's all right. It's not bad. You know, it couldn't possibly be as good as the first one, but it is decent and pretty fun, and I like that Namor. Decent actor, good character. What else? There was something else we watched or had been watching. Oh, I can't fucking remember now. Paul T. Goldman. I didn't talk about that on the show, did I? I don't think I did. Paul T. Goldman is this goofy ass show about a goofy ass dude who wrote a fucking book. So basically,
you talked to it about Kat.
Yeah, I talked to you and Kat about this.
About it.
Yeah. So there's a show on Peacock. It's on the cock. You can catch it on the cock. It's called Paul T. Goldman. So this dude basically got may or may not have gotten scammed by a lady he was married to, and also had like a mail order bride before that or something from Russia. He's got a son, you know, this guy, and he's just this goofy ass fucking dude, and he got scammed by this lady, so he wrote a book where he kind of like, it was the true story with some fictitious stuff thrown in, you know, or so he says. He says it's all true. And then he started a fucking Twitter about it, posted about it, etc., etc. Started like shooting messages to actual directors and shit saying, hey, I want to make this a movie. I want to make this a movie. And he got a bite, and this dude, they end up making a TV show that is partly the story of his fucking thing and partly a behind the scenes thing where you get like, it's a documentary about him. And it's very difficult to properly describe, but it's fucking insane. There's a bit where there's literally a bit in this fucking show where like you will see like fully edited and cut and color corrected and everything, him in a scene describing like how he sat and you see him go and sit down with this lady who he's meeting on this blind date, and he's talking to her and whatnot, and then it'll cut, the color changes because now we're in behind the scenes stuff and it's not all edited, and he'll just turn to the camera and say, and blah blah blah, this is what happened then, and like that's just how he fucking talks, and it feels like watching a goddamn SNL bit about a real person. Like, it doesn't feel like a real dude, but apparently it's a real dude. And the story is just absolutely insane. The craziest bit within the first couple episodes I remember seeing was there's a part where they are having auditions for who is going to play the lady who was his Russian mail order bride. And he is sitting there with these different ladies and doing lines and stuff. And he actually has a moment where he says, I don't know, I think that was okay. What do you think, whatever her name is, Marcia? That's not her name, but he says, what do you think, Marcia? And the camera turns, and there's this actual Russian mail order bride. She's in the room while he's doing these goddamn...
Oh, the actual
literal lady he married from Russia is there watching all this, and she's like, I think it would be more like this. It's like, what the fuck is this show? It's incredible, dude. It's nuts.
Are they still friends, I'm assuming?
They have a son. They have a son together.
Okay.
Who you see off and on throughout the show. People playing the son and the actual real person.
Is his son normal?
His son seems really chill. He's actually like started a fucking company of his own now. He's like making moves, man. Yeah. It's fucking wild.
Does his son acknowledge that this is kind of weird?
Yeah, totally. He's like, yeah, I mean, I went to live with my mom. I ended up starting this thing over in country, blah, 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 startup company. And I'm like, how'd you get so normal? How'd you come out so well-rounded, sir? It's nutty, man. The show's incredible. And it's one of those that, like, honestly is kind of hard for me to watch because, I get the secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, you get the cringe, dude.
I get cringe so hard. I can't watch The Office. And after we finished an episode of this, it was like the last one that was out there. And it was like, hey, up next, why don't you watch The Office? And I was like, no, because it's the same vibe. I get it. But yeah, the show's incredible. Paul T. Goldman, it's fucking bonkers. Because like the one that really got me, the part that made me laugh so goddamn fucking hard, I thought I was going to actually pass out laughing, is there's a bit where he has written into the story the part where a character who is not him, so he in the book is Paul T. Goldman, who, finds out about this whole crazy kidnapping ring and all this stuff that is probably real. And then he goes and trains with like a former CIA guy. And now he's like fucking Jason Bourne and going around doing stuff, right? And then there's a bit where he has another character whose name is like Ronnie or something, but is actually like his self-insert. That's like the real him, where he walks in and meets the character that's him and says, oh, hey, I see what you're working on there. This would make a great book. And then he goes to write the book, right? So they have a person playing the fake version of him who's the real version of him who wrote the book. And they have a bit where he's sitting there at the fucking table in Starbucks. This is Paul T. Goldman, the actor, doing the thing. And this guy walks in, he's like, it's really interesting what you're doing there. Why don't I give you my card? I'd love to give you a call sometime to talk about this. He's like, oh, yeah, that's great. And then he walks away. And then the director's like, hey, why don't we try that again? But like, can you do the character like you're him? Like you see how he's like his mannerisms and stuff. Like you're supposed to be like, his self-insert. So this is actually, you're the real him. Why don't you do a character like him? And he's like, yeah, okay. And he walks back in doing like this. He's like, oh, hey, I see what you're working on there. And like, absolutely drags this man, fucking drags him, doing like such a unflattering and yet incredibly accurate portrayal of this man, of the real dude. And he's like, okay, well, I'll see you around. Here's my card. And he walks away. And then he's like, what do you think? How was that? And he goes, that was great. It's like, that's the character they go with in the fucking show. Dog, he was just making so hard fun of you, and you loved him. It's really good. It's like 6 episodes long. If you want like some real, just absolutely unhinged, real life / dramatized crazy bullshit that has like some crazy like true crime like moments in it, like some real stuff that actually happened that's not part of his, most likely made him up kidnapping thing. That's like some real stuff that was like, hey, you may or may not have stolen someone's trash under suspicion that they were doing some stuff. You may or may not written some letters pretending to be someone else. What are you doing, dude? You may or may not have done a bunch of crazy shit that has some like real world implications. It's fucking bonkers. And it's maybe the craziest thing I've ever seen that like, I mean, again, it's hard to tell exactly where the real life and the fiction starts, but it's really fucking good. And it was not easy for me to watch, I will admit, because again, cringe, but really fucking good. And Haley loved it, so because she can deal with cringe. Obviously she can. She's dating my ass.
Yeah.
But hey, there we are. That was the other big thing I can remember us watching. I know we watched some other stuff, but I can't recall any of it now. But yeah, a lot of good stuff. I think, are we good?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think we're good. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
So, thanks so much for listening. If you have any opinions on The Last of Us or any of those animes or any of the sequels, or maybe like check out Paul T. Goldman. Tell good buddy Brandon what you thought.
Maybe you had a kidney stone. You can tell me about your experience.
Yeah, tell us about your horrifying pain that you had in a medical emergency and then you pissed out a rock.
Not a Dwayne Johnson though.
Not a Dwayne. No, I don't think anybody could pass that stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a big rock right there.
That rock show's still going.
I gotta get off this rock.
We're still watching the Young Rock show. It's pretty fucking good. But if you want to tell us about any of that, by all means, hit us up. The easiest way to do that is, of course, on the YouTube channel, Rapid Kick Media on YouTube, or the Discord, where you can hang out, chill with us. We do have other social medias we may or may not use, but all the links are in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. We also want to tell you if you are listening to the podcast version of the show on Apple Podcast or Google Podcast, go ahead and leave us a 5-star, give us a like, thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe, click the thing. I'm mixing up all the fucking shits, but whatever the good thing that you can do wherever you're listening to or watching this is, do the good thing, please, and leave us a comment because we love hearing from you guys. With that, let's move on to our musicians. Thank you so much, Married with Seamonsters, aka the Mary Janes. That band doesn't exist anymore, but you know what? Their music lives on forever on Spotify and mostly on marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com, where you can get our opening theme, Paperdoll, as it is not available anywhere else. So if you want the good stuff, marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com. Thank you so much, Married with Seamonsters, aka the Mary Janes. Give a shout out to our good buddy Haas for the opening, for the closing theme on the YouTube portion of the show, which is called The Buddy's Good. Thank you again, Haas, aka Thomastastesbetter, aka Dungeon Witch on YouTube, Thomastastesbetter on Instagram, Dungeon Witch on YouTube. One more time, shout out to Haas. Thank you so much. And finally, a shout out to our good buddy, A Petty Theft.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. That's the sound that my kidney stone made.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Give you a little.
I don't think it actually made a sound.
Give you a little.
I couldn't hear it over that.
Over you just going,
over that hot piss I was dropping.
Jesus Christ. Just imagine if you were also on those nut pills.
Yeah. Oh no.
Never stop moaning.
Just fluids everywhere.
Christ almighty, Roger. Blood and semen.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
And urine.
Blood and urine. I said that wrong. Yes. Okay. Well, I said semen, so there we go. Thank you, Petty Theft. I'm sorry you had to hear about blood, semen, and urine in your plug.
Come.
No.
And semen, yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Turn it into a Danzig song, dude.
No.
Oh yeah. Blood and cum and urine, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah!
Sorry everyone had to hear that. But you know what? That's life, baby.
It's all blood.
Thank you, Petty Theft.
It's all cum.
That's perhaps without 2 P's.
It's all urine, yeah.
2 P's the beginning, 2 T's the end. Petty Theft. Thank you so much, Petty Theft, for the closing theme on the actual fucking podcast.
Oh man, I wanna show you my blood.
Roger, why do you hate me?
I wanna show you woman in my gut. I wanna show you my urine, yeah.
For Slim, can you give me 2 seconds?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Petty Theft. You can find Petty Theft on Twitter.
What
and
am I
SoundCloud.
ruining your beautiful plugs, dude?
At Petty Theft. 2 P's, 2 T's. Petty Theft. Thank you, Petty Theft, for the closing theme, which we are still calling
These
Sweet
plugs are so
and
damn
we got
long.
there.
No one even heard my good ass dancing, dude.
We got there. Hey, we made it to the end. Fuck you, dude. Thank you so much for listening. Jesus Christ. Roger, do you have one to take us out on? I know you do. You sack of shit. Thank you so much for listening. From all of us here at the Good Buddies Anime Show, I am your good buddy Brandon.
And I am your good buddy Roger. urine and blood and semen, yeah! Blood and semen.
Fuck you, dude. You're the worst. You're the worst.